Okay, in today's video, we're going to learn how to do just a short video on how to do keyword research, which also is going to be an inside look at how our experts do it when you order our managed SEO services, and what they're looking for, the tools that they use, and how they do research, keyword research for you to put together a strong marketing plan for your business. So if you look at the Marketing by Kevin homepage, right in the front, you're going to see what keywords are, just to make sure that we're all on the same page. Keywords are the search terms that people or potential customers type into Google simply when they're looking for products or services. So we all type in keywords probably every single day on our mobile phones or on our computers looking for information. Those are keywords that we tell Google to find us the information that we're looking for. So if you were to scroll down to process, the first process that we go through is called the site audit and penalty check. Okay, and the reason why we do this is because before we want to be strong in the search engines, we need to make sure that nothing's going to hold us back. We don't want to run in quicksand. So that's what I'm going to show you right now. The website I'm going to use as an example is called TC Paintball. It's a paintball field in Michigan. And the reason why I'm using them is because they're friends of mine. They've known me since I was a teenager. I've been a sales rep of theirs since I've been a teenager. And honestly, their business, they don't even know I'm doing this, but they can use some SEO. So I'm going to show you why. So I'm going to jump over this. This is SEMrush right here. I'm going to just put in their domain right into all reports. You just drop it in there, and it pulls up a bunch of information. Okay, so what we want to do then is click over to organic research, and it's going to show you a bunch more information. Okay, and this is going to show you what we're looking for right now is this penalty check, and to make sure that everything's looking okay. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm going to look at first. And so this is their history basically, and to me everything's looking good. All right, it looks like in 2016 this was the peak year of their traffic. They had about 3,000 unique visitors a month. Looks like it dropped down a little bit in March, but it looks like for the most part they've stayed pretty consistent. Not growing, but not really declining. Usually you see an issue if, say, they were at 3,000 and then it dropped down to 500 and stayed at 500 or lower. And the reason why we know there's a problem then is because that indicates that the search engines aren't putting your information in front of the people that it needs to be. Most likely by design, because there's an issue with your website or the content or something, which would mean that we would have to look and see what the issue is. But this looks good. I would say that the reason why this isn't growing is probably because they haven't touched their website in many years, which is pretty common for most businesses because they are experts in whatever the industry is that you started your business in, and not in technology or website design, SEO, marketing services, whatever it might be. So it's a very common thing to have people build a website and just kind of let it sit there. So let me take a quick drink. Okay, so now I'm going to look and see what their top organic keywords are. This is all in the SEMrush tool that I have. So I'm going to click here, and it's going to give me a nice list of keywords. Okay, so we can go through all that, but what I'm going to do just to make life easier is I'm going to export this list. Okay, so I'm just going to click to Excel. Okay, it's going to have there. I'm just going to save that. It's going to pop down there. So then what I like to do is I like to drop it into Google Drive. Google Drive makes my life easy. So I'm just going to drop this in there. And it should, okay, now it's finished. I'm going to open this up. Okay, now it's still a bunch of jumbled information, so I'm just going to do a quick job and sort this. Okay, so let's sort it. I'm going to go to View, freeze the top row, so then we can do this. There's a few things on here that I'm not interested in, so I'm just going to delete it. Like previous position, that's not really too important to me. This stuff is just a lot of numbers. It's not important to me. Get rid of that. Okay, now what the purpose of this entire report is to find our easy wins. Okay, and I'll show you what that means. So we're going to do some sorting. All right. So we grab all these positions. These are your keywords that your positions are. Okay. We're just going to go to Data and sort the sheet. Okay. Now these are all this website's rankings by position, right? TC Paintball, that's the name of the company. They're ranking number 1. Paintball Grand Rapids, number 1. All right. So these are good. The site's doing pretty good. So now these are number 2s, number 3s. What we're looking for, especially when we're starting a campaign, an SEO campaign, is 4s through about 30. Okay, that's what we call easy wins. And here, let me show you why. Let me jump over to this presentation real quick. Is because this is what we call hidden gold mines, and this is a intimidating chart, but it actually should be very encouraging from data done by this was Ahrefs, which is one of the largest keyword research tools on the market right now. Is a very good product. They analyze websites for a living, and what they've concluded is 1 billion web pages monthly in search traffic. Okay, and out of 1 billion websites, only 0.3% of 1% actually have good traffic. Like less than 1% of websites actually have good traffic. So everything above this box, these are underperforming websites, which is the majority of them. It's really only about 1.5% that actually have decent performing, have a decent performing traffic stream from there. And why is that? It's because people don't actually give the proper attention to their websites, and the ones that do, they get a very significant return on their investments. Okay. So let's jump back to the spreadsheet real quick. So what that means is the top pages that get the most amount of traffic are number 1s and number 2. Okay, think about it. When you search for something, how far down of the page do you go to find information? Typically you'll click on the first 1 or 2. Maybe if you still don't find the information you want, you go down to 3 or 4. Maybe you'll go all the way down the page. Maybe you might go to the second page, but you're not going to go too far past that, right? So that's why this is what we call hidden gold mines. This is position 4, which would be closer to the bottom of page 1 of Google, and then we look all the way to about position 30, which is the bottom of page 3, okay, which goes to about right here. Okay, so do this. Let's just highlight these real quick. Let's just go down here again. Okay, let's do this again. Now we're going to find some keywords that they're right on the fringe for, like Paintball Michigan. They're number 6 for, that gets 1,300 searches a month. Actually, they got number 5 and number 6 for Paintball Michigan, right? Well, they're 1,300 searches, right? So that's a hidden gold mine, in my opinion, right there, because if they were, so we can look at their traffic right now, they get about 65 searches a month from a keyword that gets 1,300 searches a month, right? So 1,300 divided by 30, 1,300 30. Well, so that's about 43 searches a day is what that Paintball Michigan's worth. 1,300 divided by 30, call it, and they're getting 65 a month, right? So that tells you right there what that term is worth if it's in the number 1 or number 2 position. So that's what I would call a hidden gold mine for something you're already ranking for. So I'm going to highlight this one immediately and say this is one that we would want to, oops. Let's do this instead and say that this is something that we would want to go after immediately because it's right there. You just need to bump it up a few. Let's see if there's any other ones. Indoor Paintball Michigan, you're number 8 with 260. That's a good one. Airsoft Fields, another indoor. Yep, these are good ones. And really all of these. Outdoor Paintball Michigan, number 8. That's a very targeted term. Paintball Michigan Indoor Fields, very targeted term. Airsoft places in Michigan. You see what I mean? Like if these terms got pushed up just a little bit, let's just do 4 through 10. Just 4 through 10. That's 5,700 searches just in these keywords that if they got pushed up to 1 and 2, that's another 5,700 unique searches that is traffic specific in Michigan that's already around keywords that this website's already ranking for, just not high enough to capture these searches that are already happening, right? So that is why we do that as step 2. That's the first thing we look at is who is our target customer and what keywords is my site already, because how would you know that? That's not what you do. You don't know. You don't understand how to do that stuff, right? So here's step 2 now, right? We already know. So we have a good list of keywords, and obviously we would go through that entire list and put down our best and most valuable keywords that we would want to rank for, and that means that when somebody types in a term like Paintball Michigan, that your business would show up first on Google, right? That's what you would want ideally, because you want people to know that you exist, right? And they can't type in your business name first if they don't know you exist. So you need to show up for other more broader terms that revolve around your industry, right? Such as Paintball Michigan if you're a paintball business in Michigan, right? Okay, so that brings us to the next part, which is called the content gap analysis. Now this is where the ninja stuff comes in, where you start finding keywords about your industry in your own area from your competitors' websites that they don't even know exist too, right? So let me show you how. So we're going to do this. We're going to take this example, Paintball Michigan, and type it in, okay? So I'm not going to put a new one in there because that's going to show us skewed results. But here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's 5 examples. Just drop this down real quick. So there we are. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump back over to our tool, SEMrush, okay? And we are going to go to the gap analysis, okay? And it's called keyword gap. All right, we have TUC paintball in there already. Now we want to do, oops, Lone Wolf Paintball, who was number 1. And we want to do Asian Paintball, Future Ball, and CRU Paintball. Okay, and we put them in this fancy little tool here called the keyword gap analysis, and we hit go. Okay, and it's going to spit out all kinds of keywords, right? So what do we do now? Right now we got a bunch of data here that tells you stuff that you have no idea what to do with. So we export it again, export it all, hit save. Okay, then I drop it back into Google Drive because it's easy to work in my opinion. Okay, it's ready, and we open this guy up, and let's do a little sorting again. Okay, let's sort in here. There we go. Okay, let's just get rid of this here. Now we want to look for, we want to sort, let's do this first, because if we don't freeze it, it will sort all funky. Okay, now we have this data, and we want to go to the keyword difficulty column, which for me it's H. Might be different depending on what you're using, but okay, so pull all that data, okay, just grab it all, and let's sort that, okay, from largest to smallest, smallest to largest, whatever. Okay, now what you have is, so what I'm going to do now is I don't really care who these guys are, right? We already got the data that we need from them, so I'm just going to hide this, okay, because now we have keywords, the search volume per month, and the difficulty. Okay, so what's most important to us is getting you results, because essentially if this is done right, we should be able to get you results relatively quickly, and then the results should pay for your marketing efforts, and it shouldn't be stressful or a burden on you if your marketing efforts are done correctly. And that's my ultimate goal, and that's why I started this business, and that's why I use these exact services, everything that I talk about for my own business, that actually provide me results, the same results that I need. And it was paramount that I do that first, so I can show you with tangible examples that not only do I put my money where my mouth is, but I have actual results that work, and that what I'm telling you I put my own money where my mouth is, and then I do exactly what I'm showing you because it works. So it might not be for everybody, but the people that watch this and hear me will get it, and those are the people that we need to work together with, because this is where it's at, in my opinion. That's why I do this. So back to this. So now we have these keywords. Remember, this is Michigan, so paintball lion. Okay, so keyword difficulty. Let me jump on that first. For a new campaign, for a new SEO campaign, like I said, results are everything. So I'm looking for non-competitive keywords. Okay, and non-competitive keywords typically are 25 or are in the 20s and 30s range, right? Especially for newer sites. This site, it has some authority to it, so I would even go a little bit higher, but still if we're sticking to the theme of getting fast results, I'm going to want to stay in this column right here, just to start. You know, this is my first target. So let's look and see what we have here. Starting at the very top, paintball lion. We'd have to look and see if this is a business, or if this is a city, or what paintball lion's all about. But if it's something that would benefit the business, that is a simple keyword to go after, because it's 25. That's very low competition. Even though the search volume is low, if this is a term that would convert for your business, I would take 10 people searching for it a month over 0 if it's going to make you money, because once you put content up and you rank it, then it sits there forever. So you get those 10 people and it can start growing over time. I would take, since this is Michigan, I would take these out immediately because Georgia is not Michigan. Same with this. The UK is not Michigan. But then I would start looking at these. Paintball and airsoft near me. A lot of paintball fields now and paintball businesses diversified into airsoft. I can promise you they didn't diversify their marketing and start co-marketing them together, at least online. And the reason why I know that is because if they did, the competitiveness as far as keyword difficulty would be much higher. That's a good thing because the people that understand this now can get in now before it gets competitive and get your marketing material up there and start capturing this internet real estate because it's almost like a first market mover. You get up there first, people are searching for this. You know for sure people are searching for it because here's the data. This is the real-time data that we just pulled, right? So here's another good one. Paintball fields, right? Paintball fields think that that only people that play paintball speak like them, which isn't true. People don't know what they don't know. Warfield games, 70 searches a month, very low competition, right? Paintball parks near me, 1,900 searches a month, 38 keyword difficulty. And again, I know this is not the people aren't doing this right because if they were, and I don't mean that critically, I mean that if this was done effectively, the competition would be much higher, like down here in the 70s and the 80s. Let's see what terms we have down in the 70s and 80s. Let's see. Cheap airsoft gear. So yeah, okay. So back up to here. So yeah, so now we have all these extra terms that we would start identifying to go after. Like, so I would immediately go after something like this. I would put this on my list. I would put these for sure on my list. Oh, definitely these. These are all really good keywords. Yep. Let's take that out. A lot of paintball fields are doing zombie hunts now, and some even are year round. So, and people don't know that. So, we got to tell them through the means of our websites, right? Put these on there. Yeah, I mean, like these two right here, like these are buying keywords right here. I would jump all over these two right here. Okay, so yeah, so these are all keywords now that we can go after too, additional to these that we're not even going after yet, right? Which is what we call the gap analysis. If you want to do this yourself, you can go to my website, our website, marketingbykevin.com/search engine ranking tool, and try the same tool out that I'm using for free, and put your website in there, and follow this video. Just watch it over a few times, or if you want to hire me directly for an hour consulting session, we can go through this. And we can create a specific plan together and put together a marketing plan. This is part of our consulting session that we do to make a very targeted keyword and content strategy plan with you directly around your business. So you can hire us by the hour on our website or do the managed SEO packages. But this gives you an idea of why it's important and what you're actually doing around the plans besides just hiring an agency, right? So, okay, that's what we got right now. There's going to be more to come, but so stay tuned, right? I hope this is helpful. Please do me a favor if you enjoyed this. Please share it, like it, comment, tell us what you like. Give us more feedback if you want other videos or whatever. Okay, talk to you soon.